How many times will they say I'm the smoothest? Truth is I never not moved this way. My trench coat leather, my shoes are suede. Beg you don't step on my pumas, babe. Walk ages in these trainers, but I ain't tripped when they losing faith. You know I've been tested without a question. Why they on net doing Q&A? She say I'm a son of a gun, but really miss me like she shooting strays. It's cool, it's great, but it's more fun when you use your waist. Made in a manner like Kano, where they're able you to move in K. And searching for P's on my P's and Q's, man, step out the queue, you can lose your place. And I seen it, bro, and you see I'm the CEO. Teaching my team how to aim for the head and no waist, on no lead, on no knees and toes.
I'm going into my sophomore year of high school now, and I'm beginning to see, now more than ever, my ignorance on the harsh reality. The ignorance that each and every year I'm growing closer and closer to being thrust into the real world is something that I've been ignorant to for the entirety of my short life. Now, I know it sounds stupid and cliche, but I've begun to see things from a different perspective. Like, the entire education system scares the shit out of me. Now, don't get me wrong, I get good grades, but just knowing that each and every day I'm being programmed to just become another cog in the American capitalist system scares the living shit out of me. And the only thing grades determine is at what level you're gonna become a cog in the system. And this video isn't meant to be completely pessimistic. I'm not just gonna put you down or tell you that you're bound to be a pawn in the system. The point of this video is to instead provide my personal perspective that I'm gonna be taking into this next phase of my life. Now, you don't have to necessarily agree with me in my perspective. I'm not suggesting that every single person watching this video has to take this perspective into their own lives, but this is what works for me. It is my number one fear, especially in the past couple of years, to be working in a cubicle for the rest of my life, or to be a slave to corporate America, hoping that one day I'll build up enough money that I can retire, and then finally be free of working for a massive corporation. So inevitably, I want to do things my own way. I don't necessarily know if that is through this YouTube channel, or if it's taking the skills I'm learning in school and applying them to do something of my own. So my perspective going into the rest of high school and going into college is going to be that I'm using the valuable experiences that I create in school to go down my own path, and no matter what, be my own boss. Now, I'm definitely going to get jobs beforehand to build up wealth, but I will be sure to make sure those jobs are temporary, and at the end of the day, I'll be working for myself on my own schedule. And I know I said I'm not going to influence every single person to take this perspective into their lives. However, it's 2022, and I think a lot of people should be making money on their own. There are so many ways to go down your own path, and I highly suggest to you to find a way to live your life freely without serving a multi-billion-dollar corporation. And as I said before, at this point in my life, I honestly have no idea what my path is going to be. I have some vague ideas of what I'm going to do, but I don't have as concrete as a path as a lot of other people my age at the moment. Though at the same time, I think a lot of other people my age who do have that concrete path like to make others think that that path is a lot more concrete than it actually is. Because life is life, shit happens. And I think it's better to accept that you don't know where you're gonna go in life at a certain point than to have one set path in your mind, because when that path breaks off or something different happens, then you're gonna be in a terrible position to handle that situation. I think part of growing up and accepting reality is beginning to appreciate how easy life is right now. Like, I won't be able to do this forever. My parents aren't gonna just pay for everything for the rest of my life. One day I'm gonna have to buckle down and start providing for myself. And I think the sooner you realize that, it makes you appreciate how easy life is now. But I think it is dangerous to get caught in a trap of constantly reflecting on life and thinking about how things are gonna go, or constantly trying to overanalyze every situation that happens in your life. That's why I'm comfortable with knowing that I'm gonna take my own path, and then going forth, working hard, and living life and going with the flow. Because the last thing I want to do is spend these last few years of my childhood being scared of what's in my future. So at the end of the day, just focus on yourself, enjoy these last few years of your childhood, and approach school with a different perspective. Don't get lost in the mindless monotony of every single day of school. Appreciate the experiences you're making, and how those experiences are going to help you on later in life with how you're going to live your life and take your own path. Or don't, and just be part of the machine.
Yeah, just a motherfucking kid.